Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the watch this video for Friday, April 8th. The SPY had a nice bounce today. I'm going to show you intraday real quick and kind of see. Gap down and then really bled lower most of the morning and then a quiet climb the rest of the afternoon. I didn't trade much, but I did have a nice afternoon trade. I called out ALLG. The reason I like it, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit and take today's candle out of it. I was thinking yesterday's high is 1375. The day before that, it popped to 1536. And that's after this huge move and then a pullback. So my thinking was, if it broke the today's opening range breakout, which I'll show you in a minute, then you had a chance to hit 1375 and maybe make a run at this recent high. And it almost hit both of them. But now to intraday, I mean, look how narrow this thing was. Let me pan out a little bit here. All right, there. So you can kind of see it was in a tight range. All of a sudden, it starts to curl up, catches my attention. I said in chat, the opening range breakout has catalysts above. So the idea was basically around 1360, the high day break. Didn't take that long to get to 1519. That was a neat little trade. Wayne made a nice call this morning in BRCC, that Black Rifle Coffee, I believe is what it is. But I'm going to get to what we're watching for tomorrow, Friday, because I got somewhere I got to be. SST had this crazy move 3 sessions ago and gave it all back. And then the next day, next to nothing. And a whole bunch of people were tweeting at me, hey, what do you think of this SST? And I didn't understand why everyone was so enamored with it. But then today it gapped up and actually had a pretty strong move. So let's keep our eyes on that one. MNTS, nice breakout today on really big volume. We're going to see if that gives any kind of follow-through setup. Remember, I make my money between the bells, between the opening bell, closing bell, and I am in cash every night. So all of these are things that may give me a trade tomorrow. ADN, I don't love this, but it had this big pop yesterday, and today kind of a quiet inside day. So looking for a third day play there. Maybe the strangest stock I've ever watched trade, IMTE, which ran from like 6 to over 38 in like maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month. And then now in a few days, straight down to 13. So I am going to put that on Bounce Watch, see if it gives us an A+ intraday setup. Otherwise, I won't mess with that crazy thing. NEGG had the big pop yesterday. Today, quiet inside day, looking for a third day play there. FRGE just goes back on Bounce Watch, sitting right at the 20-day after that big move and then a kind of a quiet lower volume pullback if you look at it. So anyway, that one goes on Bounce Watch. UPS goes on Bounce Watch, hasn't broken its early high. We'll switch to 15-minute candles. These vertical lines are the opening bell. So I'm going back, 5 days now maybe? Topped out at 215.21, and that was the opening high, right? The next day, it never broke its opening high. When I say opening high, I mean like in the first 15 or 30 minutes, right? Set its high early, just like the next day. The next day set its high in the first 30 minutes. And yesterday and again today. So we still don't have an afternoon high of day break out of a range. And if we get one, I think we could get a nice little bounce in UPS. So that one's on watch. AAWW, which I think is also in the shipping industry like UPS, has just fallen off a cliff here from 90 down to 67. Same scenario. You don't see an afternoon high of day break, and this one's just off a cliff. So another good candidate for a bounce play setup. AMD. I've been wanting this one around 100 for a long time. I mean, look how it bounced off 100 back here. When it came down here, it literally touched $100.08. I was watching it and didn't get it that day. And then the next time it came there, it was slightly above. And now today, you see it's fallen for like, I don't know, almost a week and a half straight maybe. And now a couple bottoming tails. Didn't quite get to 100, but I am putting this on Bounce Watch. Kind of the same scenario. I'd like to see an afternoon break out of a range. Those are the most powerful setups for a bounce play, in my opinion. ALLG, again, I just talked about this when we had the pop. We had this on Bounce Watch, had a really nice trade in it this day, quiet inside day, and then another nice trade in it today. And now you've got a couple potential catalysts above. 1519 was today's high. 2 days ago was 1536. It's holding up pretty well. Again, if you go to 15-minute candles, you see it gets nice volume on these spikes, especially if I get that big volume out of there. Look at that. So certainly some traders getting long on this thing when it makes moves. So I like it. ATER had this nice 2-day pop, kind of flagging, and is curling right back up again. And then lastly, let me try that again, MDVL. And I'll zoom in a little bit here. This one had a really nice pop Topped out at exactly 150, had massive volume. Unfortunately, I wasn't around in after hours because a lot of times when you have a scenario like this where something gets a big breakout and you have a half number or a whole number high of day that day, a lot of times in after hours it'll break that and go, and that's exactly what MDVL did. It broke $1.50 in after hours and went, I can't quite tell, almost 250. Right now it's trading at 216. So probably a gapper tomorrow, and we'll see if it gives us one of our gap play setups. I'm going to leave it at that. I got to run. I'll see y'all in the chat room in the morning. Have a good night.